What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for the final catch-up game of BFR. Game 48 against the Boston Bruins, versus the Boston Bruins. 7 o'clock game on January 17th. My brother attended his first Hawks game at the United Center. He's been to two that have not been at the United, or one that's not been at the United Center. He went to one in Minnesota. We've also been to games at MSG and Madison Square Garden and KeyBank so in Buffalo. Hawks played in neither of those games, but we've been there. So him and my dad got to go while I was working with the Wolves that day. So overall, really shame I missed that one, but still a really cool ceremony that they had. 25 plus cup winning alumni from the banner years 2010, 13, and 15 came to the arena, and there was a ceremony. The list here: Bickle, Bolin, Brookbank, Brower, Burrish, Bufflin, Campbell, Crawford, Darling, Desjardins, Eager, Frazier, Hanzus, Hendry, Hossa, Keith, Kruger, Ladd, Oduya, Roosevelt, Seabrook, Sharp, Shaw, Ben Smith, Stahlberg, Tiemann, Vermette, and Versteeg. A lot of big names there. Some of my favorite players of my childhood there. Ones that stick out to me for sure, Bufflin. Seeing him again, he's one of those guys that'll disappear off the face of the earth. Other guys in there, Hanzus showing up was pretty cool. Of course, you got the big guys like Sharp, Keith, Seabrook, and Hossa. Versteeg's always been a fan favorite. Some personal favorites, you have Ben Smith and Antoine Vermette for me, two guys who I really liked on the Hawks. Ben Smith, more of a younger guy in his time, didn't really develop into what the Hawks wanted. He was more of a bottom sixer who had some really clutch goals as a Blackhawk. Vermette, of course, only spent the 2015 playoffs really with the Hawks, was acquired because of Patrick Kane being out for a while that season. But Vermette had some overtime goals, some winning goals against Tampa, and then against Anaheim also he came up clutch. So really cool to see all those guys out on the ice together. Some guys never played with each other even, and they're all out there together, so it's pretty cool. Other news, trades going on, Rasmus Anderson being dealt to Vegas for a first, second, White Cloud, and a prospect. It's a pretty decent return, but overall I think it was a pretty even trade on both sides, which I don't really say that often. The score ends up being 5-2 of the game, however, for Boston, unfortunately. Hawks dropped to 19, 22, and 7 as they dropped their third in a row. Shots were 24-23 Chicago. Hits were 24-18 Chicago. Faceoffs 25-23 Boston. Power plays Chicago 0 for 1. Boston 1 for 1. Korpisalo saves 22 out of 24. And Soderblom 18 out of 23. In the first, at 5:49, it's a Boston penalty to Zadorov for roughing, which is killed. 3:46, the Hawks score, and it's Ryan Green with his 6th of the season from Burakovsky and Bedard to make it 1-0. 2 minutes later, the United Center is rocking at 1:46 as Wyatt Kaiser makes it 2-0 with his 5th of the season from Foligno. And we're going into the second. The Hawks are up 2-0. No telling of what's going to happen later on in this game. 18:05, Boston gets one back, and it's Charlie McAvoy's 3rd of the season from Lindholm and Pastrnak. It's 2-1. 5:09 to go in the period. It's Mason Lohrei with his 5th of the season from Lindholm and Zacha. 2-2. 46 seconds to go, Victor Arvidsson scores, and it's his 11th of the year from Zacha and Middlestat, 3-2, Boston. We go to the third, 12:25, it's a Chicago penalty to Levshunov for charging, and Boston takes advantage at 10:59. Mason Lohrei gets his 2nd of the game, 6th of the season from Minton and Middlestat to make it 4-2. 8:58, Boston's Marat Hustadinov, who's been red hot after having that 4-goal game in that 10-2 win over the Rangers. 11th of the season from Pastrnak and Lindholm, 5-2. Boston. Of course, during this game, it was really a rumor of whether Anderson was going to go to Boston at the time and whether Lohrei was going to be part of the deal, so I was paying attention to that because it was really heating up for 48 hours, but he ends up going to where we thought he would go all along in Vegas since about 6 months ago, so, oh well. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.